નમસ્કાર દોસ્તો, આપ સૌનું પાછું સ્વાગત છે અપના ફ્રેન્ડ્સ ચેનલ ગુજરાતી પર. આજે આપણો વિષય છે એક લેડી કમ્યુનિટી વોલેન્ટિયરમાં જે આગળ છે એની જોડે આપણે ચર્ચા કરશું અબાઉટ હર લાઈફ એક્સપિરિયન્સ. તમારી પાસે આવા કોઈ પણ ટૉપિક હોય કે તમારે અગર કોઈ પણ આવી જાણકારી હોય યા કોઈ પણ ગુજરાતી ઇવેન્ટ થતી હોય મેલબર્નમાં, તો પ્લીઝ અમારે નીચે દીધેલા નંબર પર અમને કોન્ટેક્ટ કરજો. આજે આપણી જોડે છે વેન્ડી એન્ડ્રુઝ. વેન્ડી is a woman leader who has been working in the community for the community. And today, આજે આપણી જોડે બેસ્યા છે એનો રીઝન એ છે કે we are also going to be celebrating International Women's Day on 8th of March. એટલે it's a good topic to hear from a leader who is out here. So Wendy, first of all, thank you very much for taking out your time and coming out here today to share about your experience. As you're aware, we are having Women's Day coming up soon, and it's a very right time to hear from a leader who is a woman and who is actually done a lot of things for the community. So can you please explain us about your journey, how you started volunteering in the community for the community?
In the Cardinia community, I've lived in Cardinia for over 10 years now. I got involved as soon as I got here because the community that I lived in before, I was very involved with the children's groups, helping them. Then I took a 2-year break so that I could come back refreshed and then just dive straight into whatever groups needed my help. I joined the Lakeside Residents Group, the Pakenham Show, the Yakaboo Committee, the Yakaboo Art Show, and from there I've progressed and become quite well known in the community and participate and organise a lot of different events over the year.
And that's good, Wendy, that you have actually come a long way in the volunteering journey. And the best part is Wendy was also awarded last year the Stan Henwood Award from Cardinia Council, which is the award for Volunteer of the Year. And how do you feel about your work being recognized not only by the council but by other organizations too?
I was quite stunned because I've been to the volunteers reception many times and seen the recipients of the Stan Henwood Award, and they have been people who have done 40 years in the CFA, 30 years with CWA. And I thought, I've just been here for 10 years, I'm only just a newcomer. I couldn't possibly be even a contender for this award. And the other people that were nominated on the same night, I thought, there's got to be one of those that wins it. And I was just staggered, as my face showed when I was announced the winner.
That's good. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Now, Wendy, I have known you from almost like 2 years, and I know what you have been doing. But one of the recent event that had happened and you took a lead, which was during the Australian bushfire season, and you took a lead to get some donations, collection points and giving them to the needies. So can you briefly tell us what challenges you faced during that time, as well as how the coordination and everything was done by you?
My first instinct was to help, but you always feel like you need to give and you want to find out what do people need, instead of taking things and giving them to people and they haven't got a need for them at the moment if they've lost their property. Working out a way of doing something that's going to be of the most value was more difficult than actually putting it in place. So when the call out came for water from the Bunyip Fire Brigade, I immediately put out the call to all of the people that I knew to say, I'm going to organise somehow a water run, drop your water off at my place. And then at 8:30 in the morning I had a knock on my door from 2 ladies that work at Good Start Learning Centre. They said, we've just bought 33 slabs of water from Coles, paid for them if you can pick them up, but we've got 8 here. So they dropped them off, and next all day I had them dropped off at my place, you had them dropped off at your place.
That's right.
So I contacted some people and I said, I need some transport. How am I going to take these water bottles down? So then I had somebody contact me saying that they had a contact in the 4-wheel drive club. Get the 4x4s come with their trailers They went to Coles the next morning. Fortunately, I still had the van from O'Brien's, which I was able to put 80 slabs of water in. We stocked up, we took down 200 slabs of water, and we got there first. They weren't organised for us.
Okay.
They didn't have anything set up. They didn't anticipate that much water coming down.
That's right. And I can tell you that I stayed back and I helped them to load and unload the water. And there, when I was talking to the CFA community members out there, and they said this was not their expectation. It's much more higher than what they had expected. And I think they were only thinking of doing 1 or 2 truck runs, but I think in the end they ended up doing like around six truck runs. And after that also we still were receiving goods from the community members. The best part about that whole coordination that you did, it was not done under any organization or any particular banner. What you did is as a community volunteer, and hats off to you for that, because I have noticed all the other people who have done, a lot of them have done it in the banner of organizations. But you also would have got some challenges in your 10 years lifetime doing as a volunteer, with working with different communities, the migrant communities that have been coming into Australia and into Cardinia. So how did you tackle those challenges?
I take people as they are, and I accept the people who volunteer their time to me. I don't work with with their group. I work with the person. So if they want to volunteer, I take them at face value. Okay. Which I have done with you, and I have done with other people who have come to me and said I want to help. But politics doesn't come into it with me. I don't deal with politics.
And that's what I also love it. Keep politics away. What we are doing is community work. We focus on what's going to benefit the community, and that's why I enjoy working with you. And I would say, like, people who are working with you or have worked with you has always recommended to work with you, so which is very good. And I'm one of the fortunate one to work with you. So thank you for that. Now, throughout your journey of doing voluntary work, like me doing voluntary work with various organizations, I have to have challenges that I face from the family. What we say is the work-life balance. So I would say community life and family life balance. Yes. How do you manage those things? Being woman, you have got a lot of responsibilities on your shoulder.
Yes. I've got a mind that can process and develop the whole concept of an event within my brain. And then I put it all down on paper. Once it's all down on paper, then I know that I can put that aside and compartmentalise it. Yeah. Then work on another challenge in my life, which is one at this moment in time is looking after my mother, who's currently in a nursing home. And but to distract myself from all of the pressures and anxieties that I have a compulsion to do art.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And it can be very compulsive.
Yep.
So whether it to be beadwork or whether it be painting or whether it be sewing, I do get myself distracted by getting in a headspace where I can just clear my brain and not have distress, and that way then I can balance my life.
Yep. And that reminds me, when you mentioned about the art thing, you are also a pet lover.
A pet?
Yeah, because I know that when the bushfire was happening, like everybody was talking about getting foodstuffs to the people out there, but you were the first one who came out. What about the wildlife?
That's exactly right. I was devastated at the loss of wildlife and the animals that were being brought in with such severe injuries, and I thought there's got to be a way that we can direct help towards them. And so I got in touch with 2 of the wildlife organisations and found out exactly what they need in the way of supplies, medical supplies. I helped out sewing up koala pouches.
Yep.
I actually helped to coordinate the collection and delivery of $500 worth of vet supplies to Warriors for Wildlife, which came from the Gurdwara Officer Sikh Temple. So everyone was just coming forward and saying, how can we help, and I'll coordinate it, you can drop things off. We had first aid kits left over from when Dolphin had been sponsored.
Okay.
And we decided that they would be much better used to given to the carers
Okay.
of wildlife that they could have on hand.
Yeah.
So I donated those as well. Not
Okay.
just myself, but the group. But
So-
I made the decision and said, let's do it.
That's good. Any help is always welcome to support wildlife or human beings. Wendy, one of the interesting thing about you mentioning that you have kept politics aside and you have just worked for the community. How did you find the social cohesion or social inclusion happening around the Cardinia in the lakeside groups with other people from other migrant communities coming up and starting to support your various organizations?
Sometimes it gets a little bit competitive.
Yeah.
They want to help, but they want to help with but know what the other people are doing.
Okay.
And it's not the way that I work. Like, I don't work in direct competition with people.
Okay.
I like to work cohesively
Okay.
and have everyone else work cohesively with me.
And which is the best part, I believe.
Yeah.
So here we are with Wendy today. Wendy has been a strong advocate of women in voluntary work, and I would like to ask Wendy, the last question is there any message for our women of Australia to come forward and be part of the voluntary groups, and also they can manage their community life as well as their family life?
Find out what your strengths are and what your compassion is, and then work with that. It's always easier to work with what you have rather than finding something that you don't have.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for that. So આજે આપણે વાત કરી રહ્યા છે વેન્ડી એન્ડ્રુઝ જોડે. વેન્ડી એક મિસાલ છે આપણા બધી વુમન્સ માટે કે આટલું બધું થયા પછી પણ she is strong and she fights and supports her community in her surroundings. આપણે પણ એમને આપણા એક્ઝામ્પલ તરીકે વાપરી શકીએ છીએ, મોટિવેટ થઈ શકીએ છીએ અને આપણે પણ આવી રીતના આપણા વુમનને સપોર્ટ કરી શકીએ છીએ and we can bring them we can use their strengths to develop the community. So Wendy, thank you very much for coming along today and sharing your experience. I really appreciate your time. અને આપ સૌનો પણ ધન્યવાદ. તમારા ફીડબેક પ્લીઝ આપતા રહેજો અમને તાકી અમે ઇમ્પ્રૂવ કરી શકીએ. અને પ્લીઝ જેમ પહેલાં મેં કીધેલું કે અગર તમારી પાસે કોઈ પણ ટોપિક હોય કે તમે અગર કોઈ પણ ઇવેન્ટની જાણકારી હોય ને તમે અમને જણાવી શકતા હો કે અમે કવર કરી શકતા હો તો પ્લીઝ નીચે દીધેલા નંબર પર અમને કોન્ટેક્ટ કરજો. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ.